The eclipse is about to happen. It's making me nervous. Okay.
What you making, Mr. Wonka? Mr. Wonka work the factory.
Hey there, welcome to a vlog. I started reading the next volume in Berserk last night. Berserk volume 10. I'm gonna give you a quick update on it. So here's the thing with this volume. This was definitely a transition volume. I wasn't a super fan of the things that happened in here, but I do feel like the things that happened were important. This is the point where Griffith is being rescued by Casca and Guts and gang, who are trying to get him out from the lowest level of the dungeon. He was held captive there for a year, tortured, blah, 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 right? And what's important about this is that we see how Guts and everyone react to how he was treated. It's a reflection of how they feel connected to him and how they can't sever their ties to him despite knowing that he's using them. They don't know to like what degree of the things that he did in the previous volume 9, when he like went batshit wild, but they know that they have so much care for him, either as like a reflection of themselves and Guts, or as a savior of some kind, or someone who has given them some semblance of purpose, or someone who has like resonated with them and lifted them up. Lifted them up, right? What I didn't like about this was that all the female characters were feeling really two-dimensional. Our princess is like super annoying and damsel in distress and like yada yada yada, but I guess like whatever, it's supposed to be a medieval inspired princess like fantasy, right? I feel like Casca has more reasons to want to save Griffith other than whatever romantic innuendos it's giving. Like, there's some romantic tension between her and Guts whenever Griffith is brought up, and some jealousy from Guts' side. And Casca saying something, I think at one point, where she's like, oh, wait, I shouldn't have said that, it kind of hurts feelings, but it's like how I feel. I don't think we needed that. I think just the fact that she devoted her life to him was enough. Just the fact that she became a soldier, and that he was what lifted her up literally from the dirt into molding her into being a person with some semblance of purpose. It's not too different from, you know, Guts, is like enough without throwing in some romance in there just because she's a female, but like whatever. I like the romance between her and Guts. And for me, there's this kind of cognitive dissonance because we know that things are going to get really bad, right? From the first, what was it, like 2 volumes or something before the Golden Arc age started, we know that things are going to get really messed up. And so it's really crazy for me to see how we're perceiving them and them going through these things, knowing that it's all going to fall apart. And I just feel pity. I just feel sad for all of them. So, you know, it's like, damn. I'm seeing everything that's happening, and I know that it's important, but it's just kind of sad. And we finally got, what's its name? That symbol thing, for what it's called, symbol of sacrifice. I'm going to learn about it soon. I'm not at the eclipse yet, obviously, so I haven't learned about it too much, but that has popped up, and I'm excited to know that that's coming. We also get a little background information on the Skull Knight dude, which honestly, like, I'm okay without. I'm okay without knowing anything about him. Maybe it'll become relevant later as to why I need to get a little bit of background on him. But, like, honestly, if he's just a being from another dimension, I'm cool with that. It's fine. I don't need to know. But, yeah, giant monsters starting to peek their giant heads off of, out of tree canopies. What chasm in the floor of the earth has opened, and it's very exciting in that way. So yeah, let's see where this goes. I'm going to read volumes 10, 11, and 12 in this vlog. So yeah, stay tuned.
It could change the world.
Hello, vlog update for Berserk. Oh my god, I just finished volume 11. What? Volume 11 was actually really good. So this is Guts' second time coming into contact with a demon, right? The first one was Zod, but Zod yeeted himself out of there. This one is the dog guy. What was his name? Wild or something? This dude, freaking crazy, okay? I get why the king didn't call on Wild instead, and called on the Band of Hawks to deal with all the trouble that he had, because clearly this person is out of control. There is no way of controlling him, and so any damage that he would do to the enemy, he would also do to the kingdom. So the thought was, oh, I can actually, like, kind of control the Band of the Hawks. But listen, it was just, you know, just, oh man, it was dark. It was dark. I was uncomfortable. Uncomfortable things are happening. Poor Casca. Casca's going through it. Just a lot of hate against women in this one, and just horrible things. So demons are becoming much more active, and that it's making me nervous. What I'd love to see about Guts in this one, though, is that, so he goes like Super Saiyan basically when he's angry. Anger motivates him. Anger motivates him to do things that he wouldn't normally do. So his fighting in this one is wild, and I absolutely loved it. And poor Charlotte. Charlotte got taken back to the kingdom. Oh, poor baby. But man, girls has been through a lot. So, you know, oh man, I don't know where this is going. But I feel like things are about to go down. So let's see where it goes. I'll be back with volume 12.
Bags open for bag check. Everything out of your pocket.
We read last night volume 12? Mm-hmm. Volume 12 of Berserk.
Yep.
Okay. To sum up, I think the perfect example of my feelings about volume 12, which I think I'm rating the highest so far. This is my favorite volume of all volumes that we read. Mm-hmm. Simply because I really like the way that they framed Griffith's motivations for why he chooses to do what he does. Mm-hmm. Right? Because, like, I think it was enough to just frame it as these are all the bodies that have paved the way for him to get to his ultimate goal. And it was, like, for me, potentially setting it up as it could be seen as, oh, he has some kind of guilt. But at the last moment, it switches to him saying that Guts was the one that made him lose his sight.
For a moment, and blaming Guts instead of acknowledging all the messed up things that he's done. And I loved it. Like, I love this villain arc so much. It's so good. It's so good. And I said something to you, I'm talking to my partner behind the screen. No, I said something to you after we read that because you were like, oh, the eclipse is about to happen. Things are about to get really rough. If you need a break, slow down. Like, it's a lot. And then we finished volume 12, and I was like, oh, that wasn't bad at all. And what do you say?
It hasn't started yet. Not truly. Like, it started, but no. Not yet.
So I don't know what I'm getting myself into, but I'm very excited.
You should be terrified.
I'm so excited. If this ends up being as good or as traumatizing as everybody says it is, potential new favorite horror manga ever. I don't know. But I'm super excited. So we're going to read volume 13 today. Wish me luck.
2 hours later.
Hi, this is me after the eclipse. Okay. I may have gotten nauseous. I'm feeling things for Costco. Sad noodle, okay?
Things you should.
I'm nauseous. Judo was a real one.
And Pippin.
Pippin. R.I.P.
Even
Pippin.
Corcus. He didn't deserve
Yes. R.I.P. all of them. They went out. They went out gangster. I love them so much. They're just everything to me. I'm a sad noodle. Every time I think about Costco, I get nauseous. I think I'm gonna have to come back later. I'm gonna have to come back later with thoughts. Hello, good morning. It is the morning after I read The Eclipse. I've been processing a lot of emotions about this. I really have. It impacted me more than I thought it was going to, even though everyone around me kept saying, like, brace yourself, because I knew it was going to be bad. It's one of the most horrific animes out there, like genre defining of horror manga, and just like, so I knew it was going to be bad. I also feel like I'm both understanding of exactly what happened, satisfied, but also disappointed. And I feel like it's going to take me a little while to completely wrap all my thoughts around the disappointed part, but I feel like I need to make a specific video just focusing on Casca's character arc to really get the why out for you as to why I'm disappointed. But it's like everything revolving Griffith and Guts, gorgeous, beautiful. Oh my God. This has to be one of the best villains that I've ever read. Griffith's motivations, the way that he was built up, the way that we as a reader were kind of like pulled along. And I don't know how I maintained some hope. Maybe it was false hope. I don't know. But like some semblance of hope that I thought the author was giving us of maybe he'll like have a moment, right? Even though we know from volume 1 that it doesn't go well. We know that things end up really messed up. But I thought for a second, like, oh, maybe there's a part of him that doesn't want to do this. And so ultimately, it's not his choice. Maybe he's just so sucked into it that there's a part of him that can come out of this demon somehow, that he was forced against his will at the end. Like, I don't know, something. But ultimately, the fact that it wasn't, that it was his choice within his agency, he actively sacrificed everybody who thought they were like family to him. And it was just gorgeously done. Like, I loved it. Guts, what he went through, poor baby. Baby can't catch a break, man. Like, it's so good. And also Judo going out like one of the best character deaths I've ever seen. One of the best exits of a character. Oh man, and Pippin, like all of it was great, wonderful, just amazing writing, amazing artwork, just stunning 10 of 10. Also, but there's a part of me that feels like Casca as a character was whittled down to just being a plot device. And it's like, I'm not saying that what happened to her didn't unfortunately make sense for Griffith's character and for the story and where it was going up until that point, as far as like her being used as a tool for power. But I still feel like she deserved more than that. I feel like there were certain things that led up until this point that when what happened to her happened, I kind of was like, that's it. That's all she gets. I mean, and again, it's like, I'm not saying that she deserves to get a more horrific death, or that something more horrific should happen to her, but I feel like her character deserves more gravitas than it was given at the eclipse. But that's just me, and I'm struggling to find the words as to why exactly I think that way. But we get POVs from her in the past and other things, and I kind of wanted a little bit of her in that moment. I'm just gonna make a whole Casca video, but I'm both heartbroken and I just like in awe, and it was so good, but also I have criticisms, and I'm just like so many feelings, but I'm going to read volumes 14 and 15, I think, before I make my final decision, because I've seen some things online that kind of allude to her like having just like another moment before we go into Guts kind of being where he was in the beginning. I need to see what happens with her character and how that's fleshed out before I make any final decisions. But yeah, anyway, I love this. I love the series. I'm going to continue. I don't know if I should slow down. I don't know if I should speed up. I know it's not done yet, but also like, I need to get my hand on some more volumes. It's really good. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, consider supporting my channel in any way possible. I appreciate you, and I post videos whenever I feel like it. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Mr. Wonka worked the factory.